Alright, we have more OTS Championship Weekend deck lists with Numeron, Crusadia, Subterror, and that's just the tip of the iceberg for this video. Don't beg 30% of you that have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. The first deck list we have here is Roll Your Face Across the Keyboard, aka Win Condition Maximum, Numeron Network. When I saw that this actually got the chance to do well out of its OTS Championship, I had to do a double take here because this format, I have not seen any Numeron whatsoever, but the fact that this deck is still playable really makes me happy out here. So, I mean, how does it work? You proceed to activate Network and then call up 4 dudes and proceed to smash them all into your opponent. And congratulations, you have 8k damage. That's literally the most autopilot response I can give you. Number or Memories of Hope here says draw 4 cards. I'll see that we're playing Dark Bribe and Summon Limit in here, which are kind of very interesting choices. And we are hand trapped out of our mind. Technically, if we do see Nibiru, it is an OTK card. You figured that you'd want to play limited removals or something like that in this deck, but we don't really opt to have to play those cards. While those cards are actually pretty good at helping out this deck's game plan, unfortunately, there's not really much room in here. And of course, you just play the double Numeron calling. I mean, the fact you can mill this off your field spell or manually activate it, either way, it's not like it's an incredibly terrible draw. You just have to be able to get to the Numeron Network in order to play the game. Big ol' sad. I can tell you the amount of times that I have not seen the Numeron Network, and I just proceed to cry. So, very happy to see that this deck has done well. Next up here is Crusadia. Whew, now this is some exciting news here, because the last time, I can't even think of the last time I saw Crusadia, honestly. I can tell you one of the big reasons why this deck is doing good is right here. The fact that Mr. Avermax has like 8 interactions with this entire deck, you know, being through power and through revival, you're going to get some stupid interactions. Plus, I mean, you have your normal Crusadia OTK through good old Equal Max anyway. So, I mean, it's just going to be how much can we climb up through, you know, all of the combo pieces here. What line of play is going to be the best optimized to make sure that we can start playing the game. And I feel like once you've kind of set up for that, you should be able to start closing out the game at that stage. Also, a Book of Eclipse giving this deck, you know, the ability for Equal Max to start slamming through and start getting that piercing damage running. It's usually going to be pretty good. You also have so many kaijus in here. Now, keep in mind that we're not playing Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. You're just maining, you know, 6, 7, 8 kaijus. So it's to make sure that you can hit second and then proceed to try to OTK your opponent. If you do not see those combinations of things to try to put you into advantage mode, it's not going to be a good time, unfortunately. So it all perfectly makes sense to me as to why we're doing the ratios that we're doing for this. So good stuff. Next up here is Red Eye's Dark Dragoon Turbo. So your boss monster for this deck is going to be, of course, Red Eye's Dark Dragoon. Typically, I mean, 95% of the time, this is the main reason why this deck even gets the chance to shine out here. Of course, being the huge boss monster that he is. And then you hide behind Gurus and Phoenixes. Popular belief right now, people are actually, they're confused as to why these builds are playing, you know, sometimes less than 3 Guru. And the answer is, I mean, while Guru it is the heart and soul of the deck, 2 with, you know, your field spells kind of accomplishes some of the stuff that you would normally see for this deck. So kind of keep that in mind. Your trap ratio is very, very strong. I mean, yeah, skill drain can ruin your own game plan sometimes, but I mean, like, if you're flipping this plus having Dragoon, like, loaded up at, you know, huge attack points, I don't think your opponent's going to have a really easy time to out that. So that's something else to kind of take in mind. Plus, Crackdown being able to take your opponent's monster, yeah, just being able to move a threat out of the way over to your side of the field so that you can make an attempt to start playing the game is one of the key reasons why this deck actually can work at certain stages. So don't underestimate, you know, how good Crackdown actually is. I think so many people have actually forgotten just how good this card actually feels at certain points in the gameplay. Next up is Dark World. You know, for as much crap as we give Dark World, this deck has started to find success out here because it can main deck this card right here. And the fact that, well, I mean, having in-house speed and synergy is kind of cute. Not like it matters all that much. But the fact that you can, whatever your opponent does, just go ahead and tribute on over with Lava Golem, and now congratulations, the Kashtira threat's gone, and you can start to play the game now. I understand at certain points that that's not going to be, you know, optimal, but it's good enough to allow Dark World, once again, that chance to kind of get going. And once the game plan for this deck starts to go, and you start to see, well, boy, we're starting the snowball approach here, then, of course, you'll start to see some big wins here. Also, the fact that this deck gets access to, you know, the best skill drain in the whole wide world here to start the snowball effect and start laughing at the opponent, yep, it's going to be one of the biggest things out here. So yeah, that's honestly, I'm happy to see the Dark World was getting some pretty big W's out here these past couple weeks. It might not be the best, but it's getting things done. So that's really what you want to see out here. Next up here, we have dinosaurs with Nemesis Keystones. So let's let you target one of your banished monsters and special summon this card from your hand and shuffle the other target back into your deck. So you can go ahead and tuck your Misk back on into your deck after you've kind of already done your little combo with it. Or if you need to recycle anything else that's already banished, I mean, you can recycle a driver if you really need to. Depends on, you know, how the field's building and how the game is progressing, but you have lines of play with this deck that get very, very cute. Now, that's like the thing I like about this deck at the end of like all of its combo rainbow here is, you know, depending on how it plays out, depending on how things go, I mean, even the most intricate little pieces like the Nemesis Keystone here end up winning you some pretty free games. I also see that we're playing the Track Black down here as well. It's not something that you really see play either, but I guess just 2 effect monsters. Target 1 monster, score points to each time it destroys an opponent's monster by battle this turn, draw a card. Oh yes, this with the Ultimate Conductor. That's kind of cute. Next up here is Traptrix 3 Structured X Edition. I love the fact that more and more people have just started to kind of realize that, oh, hey, maybe if I take, you know, 3 Structured X on a budget, I can go win locals. How many videos have you seen on, I took triple Structured X to locals, and here's how I won? It's what you're seeing here, all right? It's literally, I don't know what else to say. People are like mind-boggled that this is effectively what's been working out here. Love the 7 tools in the Grand Horn of Heavens out here for side deck options. And we're also playing the double trap hole. If your opponent special summons a monsters in defense position, banish those monsters that were summoned in and currently in defense position. That's hilarious, but you have everything that you need for a structure deck here. So let's give it up for Konami, making a product out here that really got players the chance to shine in the current format. It's actually really, really good. Next up here, we have some Flundereeze shenanigans. Now, this is actually Super Snell Turbo. We're playing the double Impen, we're playing the Apex, and we're all playing the Mega Ryza. And I see that we are also playing Giant Space Rock here as well, so you can essentially start to smash through everything that your opponent is starting to do. That seems really good. I see that we're also side decking Crossout Detonators, full ultimates. Like, everything in this side deck is to make sure that whatever your opponent sets up and does, you'll be able to roll through. And that's actually very good. I don't know what combo lines that you're going to be, I guess, really scared of from your opponent, because, I mean, you're playing Flunder. You just deploy the M-Pen and just put the smile on your face, but it should be good enough to start putting you into those good winning positions. Once again, outside of that, I'm glad to see at least some control out here from Flunder actually still doing things. And our last list here is from my friend Zachariah Butler. He wanted me to shout out his YouTube, so I'll have a link down below so you guys can find his channel, give him some love. He's trying to climb up to the 1,000 sub mark, and it would be very nice to see if people could actually support them. I see that we are playing that Cherry Runick here. Even, you know, with all of the ratios and the cutbacks on the Ishizu package, you know, this is actually checked finally. And of course, I mean, you're just going to start Ishizu grinding here. That's like the whole purpose of this deck is, you know, toggle through the Ishizu stuff and just start making an attempt to actually win the game. And you should be able to accomplish that relatively easily. I mean, you have so many cool toolboxing options down here. Like, the deck feels very, very strong at the end of the day. So, very good stuff out here. So, guys, what do you think about everything out of the OTS Championship weekend? Lots of goodies, lots of players out here finding a lot of success, and a lot of very interesting decks. So, please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.